My name's Glenn Lewindon and I'm the Civil and Utilities Account Manager for Viega in Australia. So my career highlight with Viega was introducing the Geopress K product to the Australian market and also being given the opportunity to be entrusted by Viega to launch such a product nationally. So Geopress K is an innovative method for permanently joining SDR11 PN16 polypipe. So the main advantages of using Geopress K is internal sealing, elastomer free, and using the Viega press tool to permanently join polyethylene in seconds. The advantages of internal sealing are that if the pipe is damaged on the outside, it doesn't matter because we're using the internal surface of the pipe to make our seal. So the Geopress K fittings range has no elastomers, unlike other methods of joining PE. The advantage of using no elastomers in our fittings, unlike compression fittings, is that we're sealing on a series of internal barbs. Elastomers will seal on the outside of the pipe, which can be compromised due to scratches and gouges. Geopress K is lead-free metallic threads, as well as the Geopress K tapping valve components. Water utilities are now looking at lead impurities in potable water lines with a maximum impurity level of 0.25%. All Viega components have a maximum impurity of 0.01%. The insertion depth window is a fail-safe for contractors to ensure that the fitting has been inserted fully onto the pipe. You can't see inside a compression fitting and you can't see inside an electrofusion fitting, which can cause problems. So once the fitting has been pressed, a green sleeve then becomes visible out the front part of the fitting, which is an indicator that the fitting has been pressed. But if the fitting hasn't been pressed, like all Viega fittings, we have the Smart Connect feature, which guarantees unpressed fittings to leak. So all Viega Geopress K fittings are made of a material called polyamide, which is a high-strength polymer, and all Viega Geopress K fittings come with a 50-year design life. So Geopress K is a more expensive solution, but we don't manufacture our fittings based around their price, we manufacture our fittings based around their qualities. So using Geopress K is a more reliable alternative to what's currently being used. So Geopress K fitting range is sizes from 25mm up to 63mm with standard fittings such as elbows, T's, couplings, transition fittings, etc. And we have a tapping valve that ranges from 63mm up to 200mm. So you can press Geopress K using the large Viega press tool, the PT3, the 4B, Press Gun 5 or the new Press Gun 6 Plus. Geopress K does have an internal barb. However, the fittings have extremely good flow characteristics. For instance, the elbows are internally rounded, the T's are internally rounded, and once we provide the flow characteristics of our fittings to our customers, the customers are then satisfied with the flow rate of the fittings. To date, we haven't had any issues with flow or any complaints with flow loss through our fittings. So a tapping valve is used to connect potable water from a main line to a property. So a Geopress K tapping valve is for polyethylene main lines. A Geopress K tapping valve has significant characteristics in comparison to existing tapping bands that are currently used in the market. So one of the key features of the Geopress tapping valve is the fact that it is a valve as well as a tapping band. The Geopress tapping valve complies to all Australian standards as an isolation valve. One of the other innovative features of the Geopress tapping valve is the internal springs in the base part of the valve. So when we press the valve around the pipe, the springs recess into the base part of the saddle, which in turn will handle any pipe movement that you get. You get a lot of pipe movement, expansion and contraction with polyethylene pipes. So the main advantages for water utilities and water utility contractors installing Geopress K is there is no nuts, no bolts, no threads on our Geopress tapping valve. The Geopress tapping valve is also suitable for live tapping, and there's minimal pipe preparation for contractors when installing. Geopress K fittings are suitable for SDR11 PN16 poly only. However, the Geopress tapping valves are suitable from a PN10 up to a PN16.